And we are live. Welcome, everybody, to A Nice Place to Brew. I'm Jason.
I'm Polly.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. All right.
Perfect.
So far, so good.
All right, we
All
got something
right.
going right.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for checking out the links on our past episodes during our recent week off. We are back tonight. George is traveling, will not be part of the broadcast tonight, so it's just me and Polly. We're going to be talking tonight about wort chilling in the summer months. This is a challenge for many people that are in warm climates and don't have cold groundwater. And outside of that, we are going to talk about all things beer and beer making, which is what we're about here on A Nice Place to Brew. We do the webcast every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We have an audio podcast under the same name, A Nice Place to Brew, that's available on the podcasting platforms. Our past webcast episodes are available on our YouTube page, A Nice Place to Brew. We have more than a year's worth of episodes there, so check them out. Our Facebook page and social media are A Nice Place to Brew and Nice Place to Brew, and our website is www.aniceplacetobrew.com. Paula, you can come off mute and tell us, what are you drinking tonight?
Drinking Texas Woodcrafter. Beer that we made a couple months ago. It's got South African hops in it. The really new stuff that just hit the market like maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3 by now. So it's a very tasty beverage, and I enjoy it thoroughly.
Cool.
What are you drinking?
So I am drinking my homemade Kolsch.
Oh,
I'm just getting warmed up here. I am going heavy tonight, because this right here is what's waiting for me right after this glass is empty.
wow. 90 minute. There you, is that a 120?
Uh-huh.
Oh, nice.
Going strong.
Oh, you're sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yep. Hey, when it happens, it happens.
Uh-huh. Happens to the best of us.
It does. So, Holly, getting right into our topic. So, cooling your wort at coming down from boiling temperatures. This is a problem for you as a home brewer even before you went pro. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes. And the reason for that is just simply you need groundwater to be a cold enough temperature to bring your beer down to, where it would ferment.
That and proper water pressure.
And proper water pressure, that's true. And if the water is too warm, well, you don't have something that's going to clash with the, high temperature wort that's just gotten done boiling. You're just not going to get down to where you need to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, Paulie, you've come up with some creative solutions here that I think would have good takeaway for the listeners here. Do you want to talk about that?
First of all, did you get a picture? Did I send you what I did? Did I send you a picture last week of the pre-chiller?
Okay, so I got some images from you in the last little minutes.
Yeah, that wasn't. I don't think. I think I meant to take a picture last week. So
Okay.
A pre-chiller is pretty much you just use an immersion chiller. Like a home brewer does, but the immersion chiller with a coil copper, stainless steel. You put it in your wort, and you boil it for 15 minutes, sterilize it. You run cold water through it, and it cools it down. So what I did was I took off the homebrew thing, and it was kind of funny because if I would have thought about it, I saw what you sent me a picture saying. I remember about 8-9 months ago when I got the job, you were all giving me shit saying if I keep going homebrew, you're gonna kick me off the show. And I said, go have at it, you too. If I would have got kicked off the show, you'd be talking to yourself right now. So, but well, that kind of worked. Right now, my ground temperature is 70 degrees. And we all know, unless you're using Kavikis, 70 degrees is like your ample temperature that you really want to have most of your ales at, unless you're using Kavikis or Belgian Saison, stuff like that, or a lager, which is a lot colder, which I don't understand why, like we did this IPL with that Blue Island, and we call it IPL. But now I'm seeing this cold IPA craze. The hell is that? Is that just another fancy term for
cold IPA?
Yes.
Okay. Can you explain that?
And I said, from what I'm getting from it, it's just an IPL, an IPA style recipe that you use lager yeast on.
So okay, all right.
And we all know that lagers, for the most part, ferment cold. Your traditional lagers, you got to ferment cold between 40 and 55 degrees.
All
you
right.
know, or you kill the yeast. But now it's like because I still get emails to American Homebrew Association and everything. This year, I think during HomebrewCon, they're having a seminar of cold IPAs. So, and I would even talk to a few of my friends in the industry, like, are you going to call it a cold IPA? I'm like, hell no, it's an IPL. Don't, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Why are these people? It's just like, don't get me, I'm not going to say anything because we all know how I feel about the milkshakes. So we'll
Yep.
just leave it at that. So, like, so when I did the immersion chiller, I put it in a bucket of ice. Like I was, when I got it coming down to a trickle, it was like a 4 hour knockout. I had it at 80 degrees. So we were doing two turns. One turn, I wouldn't have been so worried about it. I would have just let it go and cleaned up and let the tank glycol do its work. You get it down to pitching temperature. Like I can clean up and put stuff away and make pitching the yeast like you see me doing the show the absolute last thing I do. So I reached out to a bunch of pro friends that were some of them were home brewers, most of them just went pro right out of the box. Uh, they were saying like, oh, prime example, like Mad Hatchet out in Sherwood, they have an HLT which stands for hot liquor tank, and then they have a CLT which stands for cold liquor tank. So what they're doing is they're taking their brewing water and they're running a glycol coil through there to keep it at 40 degrees. And then after they run it through their heat exchanger or their plate chiller, they would put it right into their HLT so they don't have waste. Well, I just love me being I don't know if I'm a go getter or just a dumbass, but I'm like, oh, hey, I got a couple beers and we can actually get two ready. And so they're like, oh, so you're going to brew twice this week? I was like, yeah. Uh, Made that mistake, never doing that again. I've had, I had one day I had to clean 20 kegs. I was here for 13 hours. And then 12 hours the next day, kegging, cleaning, getting ready for brew day. So I did I did it that way. And I had my temperature in my tank at 42 degrees. And it was perfect. I had it coming. I had like a 45-minute hour knockout like I normally do. The only problem that I had was I'd run out of room in my hot liquor tank, and so then I would have to go and pitch the rest of it and go slower. Oh, okay. When you're doing, you know, when you in my eyes, when you're doing two batches and you got one batch fermenting, you don't want to make the skyrocket. We all saw what happened when we took our beer sensory class last week about that, how you get the off flavors. So I was real worried about it. So after talking to them, they were like, you could do it, like you can do it as cold as you want, use a cold liquor tank because I had a vessel. Now, as of tomorrow, I won't have a vessel. So I'll have one of two choices. Try and get it as cold as possible and a reasonable hour knockout, and then clean up and pitch the yeast at that. My, and once it gets down to temperature, my second option, which I think I've got the owners on board. This summer, while the groundwater is warm, which I'll have to monitor every week before brew day, I'll just have to start using Kavikis. And because that stuff loves to be at like 95 degrees, 95 degrees. That's what I'm getting it at. So I could do that without having a 4 hour knockout. Because when I did that, I had one of those days I was like, man, glad I'm staying down here in Wilmington. I don't want to have to drive home after a 4 hour knockout. I mean, thank God I was on the clock. I'll tell you what. But
Yeah.
have you ever had any? And then another option you could do, I mean, which I've done as a home brewer during COVID, was the no chill method. Except now, instead of moving it from a keg to a tank or to my fermenter and oxygenate it, I could just let it chill in the tank and come in the next morning, pitch the yeast. So those are the four options. Do you have any other ideas?
What about using ice?
Ice
And
in
and to be more specific, what do you think the best use of ice would be to
uh,
help get down a temperature?
well, we what we did try is we put my plate chiller in a cooler full of ice water, and that
Okay.
seemed to help.
Yeah.
But then once we ran out of, once I ran out of that cold water, it is what it is. You can only do what you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like and we're stuck right now. So, but this is a problem that you have when you don't when you have when you have limited time and area.
And limited, ways of combating this kind of unique problem, to the time of year. So you talked in good detail about the Kveik yeast, and I find one piece of this interesting because I don't think I'd ever heard of Kveik yeast until like 2 years ago. Is this just a new thing, or is that just how long it took people to take notice?
I think it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Because this
Got
yeast
it.
hasn't been you forever, you
Okay.
know. But I don't know. I mean, that would be a great question if we ever get Brad back on the show. Ask him. It was his lab that
Yeah.
started it.
Is that true?
Yeah, I think for the most
Really?
part, I think they
Okay.
were the ones that because they were the one, they were the ones that had it that way. They were the first ones to release it, and now Leyland does it, which they call hothead or Kabik. Because I know the very first one was a hothead yeast, which they call like when you look at the Omega website, all the hothead or the Kabik stuff is under the Nordic yeast. They have a whole separate category for it.
Right. And that stuff is all the rage. Like,
Uh
I
huh.
don't know a brewer that's not talking about Kveik yeast.
Well, and the funny thing is you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah,
And I
it's
haven't seen,
very true.
I have not met a brewer that is wishy washy about it.
Yeah.
See, at first I didn't know about it. I was kind of against it until I saw the results. Like I have one in the tank right now that I'm getting ready to release next week. I mean, in all reality, if I was like a home brewer and wanted to push it, I could have had that thing grained to glass in 5 days. 5 kegs, 2.5 barrels. 2 days at 95 degrees. It went from 1060 to 1010.
Are
50
you getting
points.
any kind of wild flavor from it?
See, I tried it today, but it was still very hot. It had the hot burn because you got to keep in mind I put like some like 7 pounds of hops for 2.5 barrels.
Okay.
So that's almost 2 pounds per barrel. No, that's about a pound and a quarter per barrel. No, yeah, it's 2 pounds per barrel. Two and a half
Okay.
times. Yeah, 2.5. That's a pound and a quarter per barrel, about
Okay.
roughly. So it is what it is. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's a new way to do it. It'll make like we'll see. Like I said, I started yeast dumping today and cold crashing, but then when I took a sample, you could just still see all the green sitting on the side of the tank, and it was still at 70 degrees.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have to do a yeast dump tomorrow, and then do my third day in a row brew day, which I'm actually kind of excited about. I'm re-releasing one of my homebrew recipes that I've been brewing for like 10 years. I think it's funny that I re-release a homebrew recipe of mine before any of my pro recipes that I've done. And it had, well, I guess it was a pro one. It had a little tweak to it. I never had water chemistry in it before. And now, thank you, Cal, or Brad right, from Deer Smith. Is that his name?
Yeah. Brad
Thank
Smith.
you, Brad. I know you can put the promo code Polly. Hold on, I can do it. I got the access to this now. Oh, there it is. Bam. Promo code Polly at checkout.
Ah, look at this. Polly's moving up in the world.
Well, no, you just gave me access to all this shit now. Good luck.
That's moving up.
Yep. I guess you aren't going to kick me off this stupid show.
Nope. You're here to stay, my friend. Sorry. If you had other plans, just
Yeah,
nix them.
no. You know what though? It did seem weird last week. I mean, I almost felt like we should have done the class live.
Yeah.
Done the show live from the class last night or last week. That would have
That's
been
the
kind of
first
fun.
show I've missed.
Yeah, I know.
I
Yeah,
haven't missed a single one. Yeah, in almost a year and a half.
I'm proud of you.
So it was.
I've had some pretty good excuses why I missed what 4 or 5 that I missed. It's not like George.
I
He,
never,
he's
I never
out
questioned
golfing.
anything. Yeah,
George
it's true.
He's out golfing.
We're not calling you out, George. Don't worry.
I know he's gonna be watching. Going,
yeah, he will. I think he's in a car right now too, if I remember correctly. If not, he might just be getting out.
Oh, okay. Well, I know his new job. He's been working late now, and he's not working close to home either, is he?
He's working from home. No, he's going to visit family. That's where.
That's
his excuse for his absence. So,
no excuse.
So cheers to you, George. Safe travels. We will see you here next week. No excuses.
I could hear him yelling at the TV right now, and his wife's like, "What the hell are you doing?
You sons of bitches,
fuckers! What?"
Yeah, probably true.
So how was your porter, right? Or is that stout that you did?
So the last one I did was a stout. We'll find out in a couple weeks just how well it came out and how it's holding up. I'm pleased with it, and I think the character is going to continue building. Like, this is the difference with this one as opposed to the one I did last year is the character was developing over time after I kegged it and carbonated it, which for many beers is very common. It's not abnormal. No big deal. This one didn't need that time. Like, when this beer was carbonated, this had all the character that I was trying to create.
This is the one from the competition, right?
It is.
All right. See, I could talk about it because I'm not judging. I did this on purpose.
Yeah. I'm being a little bit vague. I feel like it's appropriate to because the competition's upcoming.
Yeah.
But I feel good about
watching.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some people have even. I know a couple people said they didn't brew, but whatever. I trust me, they got a piece of my mind. Called them bitches. Called them a little bitch. I did. But yeah, that's what I'm dealing with right now. And, I get the extremes down here. I mean, that's the problem is we don't have that nice cold deep well or the groundwater. Like, we don't have Lake Michigan water. That's always frigid. Especially 2 miles out.
Right.
I mean, I think it was yesterday morning or last week when I was trying to figure out. I took the tap. I let it run for a good 5 minutes, and it was like 70, 72 degrees. Now, how in the hell are you going to get your work down to that temperature when your groundwater is out here colder than that? The physics just don't work. And so we'll see. Like I said, I had today, I did 2 turns in one. I was able to use a cold liquor tank. Tomorrow, I will not be able to use a cold liquor tank. So I guess all we're going to do is wait and see tomorrow.
You can't use the cold liquor tank because you need to move beer into it?
Yeah, because my cold liquor tank is my fermenter. It needs to be full.
Okay, I mean, and that's the one you're feeding into tomorrow?
I mean, you see my board.
Okay.
This board, this is probably the first time this board has looked this bare since I started. Bless you. Uh-oh. You could have sneezed.
I know it didn't come. I deal with this every single day where I just get that pressure build up and then it doesn't come.
Okay.
Not fun.
Yeah. I just really hope our buddy Brian from Georgia hasn't made a comment in a while.
Yeah, it has been a little while, yeah.
I hope
we sure hope to see him in a couple of weeks.
I know, exactly. I was more excited about him coming down, and this it was. I think there was only out of the 14 or 15 entries we had out of 20. There's probably and no more than 5 of them were local. Everywhere was like a couple from you, another guy from Darien, a couple people from Chicago. Someone from Champaign, not Champaign, but Normal. A couple people from Oak Lawn. Their buddy Brian from suburbs of Atlanta. So hopefully I just I'll start getting next couple weeks. Get you guys stuff together. Deadline's July 11th, people.
It's very interesting. Only a third of the entries were local in Chicagoland.
Or Wilmington.
Oh.
Like local to Wilmington. I mean.
Oh, okay. All right. I misinterpreted that. Okay.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
okay.
This is Chicagoland, but to really consider Wilmington as a suburb of Chicago, it's kind of a far stretch.
Okay. So let's color that in then. How many of the 15 entries were around Chicagoland, including Wilmington?
Probably 13 or 14, but
okay, all right.
But according to within 20 minutes to half hour of Wilmington, there's only 4 or 5.
Okay, got it.
Because you're more than 20 minutes.
Around Shorewood.
Shut up.
Sure.
I don't know how maybe the phone did that.
Yeah, definitely more than 20 minutes away from Wilmington.
Yeah, I mean, you're like what? Good for at least 40, right?
Yeah, 40, 45.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with 80 being the way it is, that's not helping either.
True. But a good beer is always worth the drive. So I'm more than willing to do it.
Oh, like that picture I sent you, that's really exciting that I never in my life thought I'd be entering into the Great American Beer Festival.
Yes. Let me go ahead and keep talking. I'm going to bring that picture up.
Oh, okay. And actually because I'm very computer illiterate, so I had to call the girls I had to call the tech people from the Brewers Association to help me out. And
okay,
Jessica was a great person. I was kind of stressed out about it, and I was on the phone with her for about an hour, and we got us all signed up. Not the Mango Honey Berliner is going to Denver under the fruited sour category. And it kind of sucks because, me and Brian both wanted to say it was a collaboration, but you can't because, brackets aren't accepted in the Great American Beer Festival. Okay. And he was going to send it in his competition because there's actually I forgot, I probably told you the name of it was, but there's a big, like a GABS style mead competition in Atlanta, I believe. And that would have been really cool if I could have gone down there with him. And then he could have came up with me, and we, gone there and represented each place. And then we started talking about it. I tried getting it into the Indiana homebrew competition, but it's got to be received by Friday in Bloomington. It's still a goddamn tank. There's no way it's going to happen.
Yeah. Okay. Look at this. Mango is our middle name.
Yeah.
Officially a
entry in the
Great American Beer Festival. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
It's exciting. It really is. Yeah. It's almost surreal.
Well, just wait till you win.
Right?
Think about it.
I know.
That beer is no joke, my friend.
I know.
That.
So imagine that a homebrewer the very first time entering the home. I'd be happy if I got a goddamn honorable mention. Load of, gold medal, gold, silver, or bronze. Thank you, Mr. Ken.
Extra charge for deliveries.
Oh, everybody say hi to Ken. Thank Ken for bringing me a beer.
Hi, Ken.
Our normal bartender, she's in. Hey, Ken. Where are they at? Are they in Sandusky?
Sandusky, yeah.
They're, yeah. Our normal Thursday night bartender, Angie, you guys have all met her before. Her and their kids are in a traveling baseball league. So they're in Sandusky, Ohio right now, playing in a tournament right now.
There's also a big amusement park out there.
Yeah.
Sure they'll hit that at the same time.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I guess normally every year they went to Cooperstown, but there was a bunch of stuff that they didn't like about what Cooperstown was requiring. this year.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
they just decided to go to, and I guess they've been going to Cooperstown as a team for. Hey Ken, how many years have they been going to Cooperstown up until this year? How many years has the Wildcats been going to Cooperstown up until this year?
Oh, I don't even know.
At least like 10, 20 years, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's
Ken's
been a long time.
You're originally from here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's originally from Wilmington, born and raised.
Okay.
And then he got smart and moved out.
Kind of moved back,
No, he moved back to the area, and we love him here.
Okay.
I'm telling you, get that Italian beef, Ken.
That's what I'm gonna get.
It's really good. Tell you want it soggy as hell.
Soggy.
Yeah, like we feed off each other, and we see what's like. Oh my God, I still got that girl Kathy. I think you've met Kathy, one the cook. One year, like every Monday, she's got meatloaf Monday. It's her family recipe, and I eat the shit out of that meatloaf every Monday. It got to the point where I had to take a couple week break, and then I came in one day, and I'm like, oh, what are we gonna have? I'm sitting here thinking, I don't want meatloaf, and I saw it. Oh, I'm sorry, it was like Tuesday. I was like, man, I'm thinking, man, I had meatloaf in a minute. I kind of miss it, and all of a sudden I see. She's got freaking sloppy joes, her own family recipe of sloppy joes. Oh my Lord. I almost went back and got a second one. And I keep bugging her, like, when you making sloppy joes again? When you making sloppy joes again? Like in the fall time, they always make soup. And I always eat their soups. They got really good soup. They got a soup that your wife might like, a chicken tortilla, which is really good.
All right. Okay.
Well, your wife's not a big spicy fan, though, is she?
She's not. I'm the spice one.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, because she see her look on that mango, she was getting all scared, and then she tried it. Oh yeah, and
that's rare too.
Yeah, and well, you showed me the video. That was fucking funny as hell. And well, the funny thing is, I don't know if I told you this, but yeah, Tina did see us doing laps in the freaking on the stool.
Yeah.
I sent her the video the next morning. Like, I don't know if you saw this, but this is what we were doing. She's like, oh yeah, I saw you assholes back there.
I figured, they both were around.
Yep. I mean, those are they're some like you can attest to this. Some of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Yes, they're fantastic people.
That's why it's
You're a great brewery owned by great people.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And got great clientele too, and a great town.
Yes.
So
good all around.
Oh, and that's right. You got to eat at one of the local restaurants. What did you think about Hayden's? You said you liked it, right?
Not bad. Yeah, it was a weird day because the place we were aiming for was not serving food because something happened. So
that's right. You wanted to get pizza. That's right.
Yeah,
you wanted to get Wilmington Pizzeria. That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So at the other place, I had a salmon plate. It was pretty good. It hit the spot, which was badly needed, and I got to go to Route 66 again and drink more, and then run laps around in a desk chair.
No, it was more of a stool. I think your wife was the only one.
That was the stool on wheels. That's right.
Yeah. Your wife was the only one that we let go in the chair. Yeah. But what?
But back to home brewing for a second.
Yes.
I may or may not be brewing this weekend.
Okay.
Because I need to get a keg of New England.
Ready?
Here. Yep. So, and I think this is going to be like the last weekend I can do it for a couple of weeks. So I need to scrounge together a brew day for New England. So the thing I need to get past is the pump because I need to do a whirlpool. So
I'm telling you, just do it by hand.
Yeah. I mean that may be the shortcut way to do it.
You know what? When we did it at one, that's when we did it. We did it by hand, and it worked.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the fancy pump.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fun to use. But what do I always say, Jason? Keep it simple.
Yes. Listen, I fully support that.
Keep it simple,
So
stupid.
we'll see.
That's all
Hey
I
man,
know.
I dropped, whatever it was on this pump. I want to have a pump that does what it's designed to do.
Yeah, but when you're not, well, I'm not saying. I guess you just haven't figured it out. Did you get the speedster yet? How about that? We got a speedster? Probably not. So what can you say? We don't even got a speedster.
No, but I do remember your advice. Don't half-ass the lever. Just all the way on or all the way off.
Yeah. But you know what? That's really what it is because you're putting strain on that pump. It's wanting to move fluid and you're holding stuff back.
Well, if it's on, if it's all the way out, it should just be going.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, Tina's here. Hi, Tina.
I wore a long sleeve t-shirt at work today.
You want to borrow my flannel, Tina?
No.
Okay.
You got it there.
Okay. You're fine.
Can I
You're
buy
fine.
a speedster from this place?
Of course you can. It's on the
speedster.
Yeah, it's called the Speedster. It's on the grow side. It's in the. All right, it's in the when you're standing over by the.
Hold that thought. I'm gonna go get a beer.
All right, so Speedster, everybody. That's a. McTiggy. Well, we all know you're a drunk person, Sean. A speedster. It's kind of like a potentiometer. It just helps control the flow or the flow of the pump and the way it moves, and it seems to be working pretty good. But McTiggy, what are your thoughts on? Try the CLT. I love it. We got to figure out a good way to get one there, Sean. Yeah, it happens. It happens to us all. That's what happens when you day drink on the job. Oh, wait a minute. You didn't today. Well, I didn't either, actually. Yeah. But I don't know what else I got here. I don't know. Confused. I feel like I'm talking to a computer screen. I met Tiggy on the other side. He's not responsive. Here comes Jason. And welcome back to the show, Jason. I felt like I was talking to my computer. Wait a minute, I was.
Yeah.
Hey, look, our friend McTiggy's here.
Is he really?
Yeah, look in the comments.
Oh, I had a different window open.
Oh, see, you showed me.
Good evening, Sean.
Scene. Hi, Scene. How we doing?
Scene. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you ready? You ready for this? You ready?
Yeah.
Diving in?
Yeah.
All right. All in.
All right, Tim, well, thanks for coming in.
Get it, Jason. Get yourself some Dogfish had 120 minute IPA.
No, I chickened out. I put it back.
Oh, pussy.
Yeah, I did.
Pussy. What do you got now?
I think your image of me passing out on my couch was like, maybe not tonight. So I'm gonna go.
You
in
have
the
an
house.
image. I was gonna say, you have an image of me thinking about you passing on your couch. That's a little creepy, dude.
Okay, what I meant to say was the image that you gave me. That you gave me of me passed out on my couch. And I still got a lot of shit I got to do tonight. So, yeah, maybe 120 minutes, probably not for today. So
And it doesn't help matter as much. I gotta get up early tomorrow morning, and
there you go. Yeah.
I got a friend playing locally tonight, but he don't start till 9, so I think I might just go say hi to him once he starts playing. Get the fuck out of there.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the local places, and one of the 3 or 4 local places in town. I mean, that's the one cool thing about this town is everything that's important is pretty much within walking distance, unless you want to go to McDonald's. I mean,
Sure.
you can still walk. It's just a little bit longer than a walk.
The one place you have to drive is McDonald's.
Yeah, and the grocery store, at least from where I'm at. That just means I won't eat
Oh,
McDonald's.
that's good.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, all right. That's a good point. Yeah. What's the local grocery store in Wilmington?
We got a Burkhouse, and then hey Tina, what's the name of besides Burkhas, what's the other grocery store? Bertolini's?
Bellatini.
Bellatini's is the name of it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's a place over by McDonald's.
Okay. Okay.
So I think it's kind of fun. This is more like I've been interacting with with everybody today. You guys
Yeah.
don't see this very often.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sean just added a comment, which we have not talked about yet.
Yeah.
And this is kind of an elephant in the room for this week, being the second and last week of June. Chicagoland had a tornado less than a week ago. It was Sunday night, and it did come through my neighborhood, and it did impact a brewery that's located literally 50 yards from where I live. The place I'm talking about is called Skeleton Key. Skeleton Key's building was severely damaged, and I've heard reports that the building itself is going to be condemned. They're optimistic that they are going to be able to take their equipment and at some point in the future relocate, but that's still is a day-to-day situation there. So it's very, very sad news for some really, really great people. Paul and Emily are fantastic people. Just some of the nicest people that you'll come across in the craft beer community.
And to see how much the craft beer community in Chicago has come out to help these people,
Yeah.
it is mind blowing. It really is.
They had a GoFundMe page up and going less than 24 hours after the storm.
And it's already at over $100,000.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Miskatonic, they were kind enough to let them use their tap room for a few hours, and
Yeah.
they completely sold out of everything. All
In
the
6 hours.
beer. In
Yep.
6 hours. Like
Yeah.
we were gonna get a keg and buy it and then donate all the profits straight back to them.
Yeah.
But all you fuckers in north of 80 screwing us hillbillies out here in Wilmington on that one. We want to help you out. Don't worry, we will. We'll help you guys out. We love you guys. I mean, after seeing this, I was so proud to be a part of this community.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it doesn't end there. And I'll give an early plug for this. Miskatonic, who hosted an event for them earlier this week, is hosting a benefit. The event page went out earlier this week. It's going to be on Monday, July 26th.
Oh, so it's
I
at
believe starting
Miskatonic.
At Miskatonic, yes.
Okay.
So I think the hours are between 3 and 10. There is an event page out on social media. So if you look for Skeleton Key Brewery, or sometimes by the acronym SKB, you'll find additional details about that. I will make every effort to be out there. Plenty of people in the craft beer community will be there, but it's just another awesome showing of support for Skeleton Key.
Mm-hmm.
So we will keep the details coming out as we learn about them.
Yeah, you know what? I'll keep on them. I'll try and see if I can get Paul and Emily to come on the show one time. I've already been in contact with them on.
Yeah,
I
that would be fantastic.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
I'll see what I can do. I know they're real busy right now trying to.
Yeah.
Because people have been offered. I don't think they're even going to charge them to contract brew their beer for them. If we could do it, I would do that. I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I mean, so did you actually find out where the path of the tornado was? You got to keep in mind, I lived at Tornado Alley from kindergarten till pretty much high school.
Yeah.
I lived through a couple of tornadoes.
Okay. All right.
It's like, that's why I was like, oh. And then with what Joel had dealt with last year, the two major storms that came through this area last year,
Right.
it fucked our town up hard.
Yeah.
My one buddy got screwed twice. One time a tree fell on his garage, and then the next time after they fixed the garage, or they fixed the power line, a branch about the same size as the tree fell on the power line. And so he went 2 times with a week at each time with no power. I felt so bad for the guy.
Yeah. Well, I was reminded too, and it's amazing just how fast you forget these things. We know people that were without power for 4 to 5 days during those storms.
No, I was one of them.
You were one of them. There you go. Yeah,
So
that's
I think Uncle Rick was too. I think that may have been one of the times I wasn't on the show because we had no power.
okay.
That may have been the first time I didn't go on the show.
Really? Okay. Wow, I'm going to go back and listen to our past episodes. I remember that being in conversation. I don't remember that like being a part of a show. But
Yeah, I don't
you
remember.
might
I
be
mean,
right.
if I was doing it on my phone. Because I remember
Yeah.
we lost power on Saturday. I didn't get power in my house until Friday. I remember going out to my car and just to charge my phone and sit in air conditioning for a couple hours.
Yeah. Phew. My gosh. Ugh.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious to see where the path of the tornado was.
Yeah.
Because usually,
Get a propane going and brew a beer. Yeah. I'll tell you, I made really good use of camping gear in the house. So I have this battery powered lantern that has like these 4 panels that can detach or attach, and the panels can themselves light up on regular batteries, or the whole system can light up. And man, this thing was awesome. Just throw it in the middle of the living room, just have 2 of those going, and you got enough light for a room for several hours. So
huh,
that, and here's an interesting tip for those of you out there who have gas powered stoves. There is one piece of those stoves that are electric, and that's the actual flint that lights the gas.
the igniter.
So if your power goes out, the gas can flow, but it's not going to spark. So it's as simple as, if you've got a cigarette lighter, that'll get it done. Or if you got long matches, that'll much more safely get it done. Cigarette lighter may burn your hand off.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on a limb here and speak for experience and say, yeah, don't do that. Don't be a Polly. There is so I'll go ahead and tell the story because I have no shame. I was living with my buddy Brian years ago, and we were doing a bunch of yard work, right? And all of a sudden, I decided to light the fire. And so I was like, I dumped some gasoline on the fire. We all know that the fumes on gasoline are the most flammable part of it. And here I am. I reach over. I'm leaning down. I'm trying to spark it like this. And at the time, I had, I don't know if you remember when I had the Fu Manchu pork chops that went like this. I don't think I had.
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
Yeah.
Well, I had to shave it because from here over, it was singed. And this whole like side of my arm was all burnt. Yeah.
When was this?
This was like over 10 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Like I said, I think this was before we met. I think this was
Yeah.
before JVG happened.
Okay. All right.
You
I was
know.
going to say, yeah, I've never heard this story.
Yeah, and the funny thing is every now and then it pops up on my Facebook memories because I stood up at this wedding, and at the time my date was. Shut up, scene. I can't wait to tell my fire inspector bartender this story after we get up after we get done with the show.
You know, I'm just reminded of. So I was on a hiking trip a couple weeks ago,
Uh-huh.
and we walked through. We drove past a couple of Smokey the Bear signs, and he mentioned the story about him like a long time ago, being up late, being drunk, and finding himself on eBay. And one of the things that he found was some Smokey the Bear collectibles, and he's like, "Yes, I absolutely have to have that." So what ends up showing up in the mail is a bunch of Smokey the Bear stuff.
Oh, we should never drunk eBay, drunk baseball.
Not drunk eBay. It's a bad. I mean, it goes for any other way. I mean, listen, you go to Amazon when you're drunk, you can do some damage there too.
Oh yeah, you spent thousands of dollars, and why do you get blow up dolls? showing up at my
Sure,
house?
sure. Oh, wow. Okay, let's talk. All right, you cracked the door, Paulie. Okay, spill it.
No, that never happened. Because honestly, the only time I've ever bought anything off of Amazon was through the brewery, and I just can't. I hate to try and explain that one on the credit card though. It takes Smokey the Paulie campaign.
Smokey the Paulie.
That's it. I'm sure to tell you, Sean. That's our collab. That's what it's gonna be. Because
I love this. Can I be a part of this, please?
sure. Oh, actually, speaking of,
Smokey the Paulie is a smoked porter, right?
sure. I mean,
Okay.
I know we'll see what happens. I know we're gonna end up doing. So my owner Tina saw some. I don't know where she saw this. Cause when they travel a lot, and when they go traveling, they hit breweries, and I forgot what brewery they were at, but they saw a thing where it was a brewery did a thing with a local fire department, and they did like a fire prevention thing. So she mentioned something about doing it, and then I come to find out one of our muggers, who's now a bartender, he wants to do it. So now we're gonna do it. We're gonna have local firemen come in and do the brew day, and then we're gonna do it at Manhatchet, and that could be our collaboration with Manhatchet. Because I've been wanting to do a collaboration with all the JBG breweries.
Yeah.
And they've all seemed to be working. And I haven't finalized it, but I just got talking to Jamie from Will County. Like a few months ago, we were wanting to do a collaboration. I'm like, so what do you want to do? He's like, how about a barley wine? We've never done a barley wine at the brewery. Like, I've never done a barley wine professionally either. So we agreed on doing a barley wine. And then we've been on this, because we got the small barrel project, and you got to try the latest barrel age, the Cabernet Blueberry Wit. So there's a local distillery in Geneva, Illinois, that he's got a bourbon barrel from. So we're gonna throw a barley wine in there, and that'll be our collaboration. And like I said, that will help me out because now I won't have to worry about trying to. Although I did just find a distillery that's fairly local, and a guy from Facebook that said if we persuaded him right, he would deliver the said barrel from the distillery down to us, so we don't even have to go get it.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Do the
not bad.
Ben Stiller from Star. I don't know what you're talking about, Sean. Starsky and Hutch Boys. I couldn't even do I'm not drunk enough to do that. I'm thinking of a dankety dank West Coast. Dankety dinky West Coast. Wow. We could put terpenes in it there, Sean. I was actually talking to a local brewery today, or a local brewery over the weekend, and they're talking about putting terpenes in beer. And then I found out how much it costs to do that. Yeah, no.
It's got to be insane.
Oh, all I'm gonna say is I won't say what brewery it was, but they're like, he's like, for us, it would cost us just as much in grain, hops, and yeast, just for the terpenes. So say roughly it costs you $1,000 for everything. But if you want to put terpenes in there, it's like $1,400 extra. Yeah.
Someone out there's going to do it. That's okay.
Yeah, someone's got that
Yeah,
fucking money.
that's a good reference, though.
One of these hype breweries that we won't mention names.
Nope.
All
Nothing here.
All the places north of 90. Actually,
the
now I
places
think
north
about
of
it.
90. Okay, all right.
I think of it. Now I think about it, all those hike breweries are north of 90.
One in particular is. Yep.
Well, the 2 or 3 that I'm thinking of, besides the one that's in between 88 and 90.
Okay.
But their production
all right.
facility is definitely north of 90.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
love it how
That qualifies.
we talk about this.
This is a
and
great
go-
language. Yeah. I'm a little bit. I'm not totally clear on the other two. Like I know one particular north of 90. The other two I'm a little unclear of, but
Okay.
yeah, the other one, yep, 100% no.
Yeah, no, Sean, I'm not going to stop it.
No.
Don't be jealous. Ow, cramp. Oh, I did get some good news. I'll tell you later. Ow, cramp. Ow, that hurt.
Dude,
All right, I'm fine. Stretch
is,
it
is
out.
this is this full contact webcasting?
Yeah, sitting in my goddamn
You're
chair.
pulling
Ow.
muscles?
Yeah,
I shouldn't be laughing. I'm sorry.
you're fine. Well, I'll tell you off the air, and then you will laugh about it. But I don't know what else we got. Drink a beer. Any other fun?
Drink
Anything
a
else
beer.
fun?
No, just the New England this weekend.
Oh.
We're
Oh,
using
yes.
a hype brewery
Yes.
called Mad Hatchet.
Yes, you're right. Yes. You and your one milkshake there, Mad Hatchet
Sean,
boy.
does Mad Hatchet have a production facility north of 90?
If they do, we need to talk because I need someone to make some beer for me. Oh God, I love it when you watch their show because you crack me the fuck up. It was so fun hanging out with them last weekend. But
Yeah.
to get back at that, it was kind of funny because when we were doing that, some of those hot flavors, like I recognized them right away, and then all of a sudden they put the styles that they were allowed in. I was like, oh, I never realized that, you know. But except for that one, the second to last one, the one that
Yeah.
smelled like fucking bile. I don't know about that one. I don't know if I was a home brewer, I would give up.
And that was the second one too. That was so brutal.
It was the second to last one
Okay.
for me. The one for me the second to last one for me was the worst one.
Oh no.
The other,
No, the second one, the barteric acid, was by far the worst.
oh man, I just remember like they were like, oh yeah, this bush light only take a couple of sips of it. That's more, please.
The second one. Okay, Sean knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. I mean, that was straight up vomit. And that's what that was. Yeah. I tell you, I took the sensory class one other time, and it was about 4 or 5 years ago.
That was the one
And-
that Marty put on, right?
No, it
At
was
Workforce?
it was in Downer. No, it was in Downers Grove.
Oh, okay.
It was a guy I had not met before, and I don't think have met since.
Oh,
They somehow pre-mixed everything. Like they didn't do individual pours like they did for us. So it was just kind of presented differently. But
okay.
they did not like the pours were not nearly as heavily concentrated as what we were served. So
Okay.
the impact wasn't nearly what we felt.
Oh,
And it
okay.
was just such a different experience because of that. So speaking of
Gotcha.
that, and I know we're this is offline conversation, but was that presentation posted on a place that we can get to? Because I really need to refresh on what we.
I think he said he was going to put it on the website or the social page.
Yeah.
We're going to have to reach out to Kevin to find out.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't remember. That
I'll
was
look
a
at
week.
it again.
Yeah, that was a week ago. I've had a lot going
Yeah.
on since last Thursday.
Yeah, me too. I've been through a tornado.
Yeah. Well, duh.
Yeah.
I mean, or like it was funny because like when I saw it all, and then I heard Skeleton Key, and I tried calling you, and you didn't answer, and I'm texting you, and I was kind of a hot mess. I'm like, I hope Jason's okay. I hope Jason. And then all of a sudden I hear, Lamont Road between 75th and 83rd is shut down.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, what the fuck? I was a hot fucking mess.
Were you
I'll
really?
tell you,
Oh my
I
gosh.
was. I mean, when you texted me and said everything was good, it was kind of a weight lifted off the shoulders. It really was.
Wow. Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, the news about Skeleton Keys spread very quickly. And yes, most of the club, you of course included, know, just how close we are to Skeleton Keys. So yes, that drew a link for everybody. So yeah. No, it's
Well, you
scary
guys are
time.
safe. So July 26th at Miskatonic.
Yep.
I'm like I saw that post and it didn't register where they were doing it.
Pretty sure it's Miskatonic again.
Yeah, I think so too. I hope so. But I mean, I'm gonna have to say fuck it. Take a brew day. Screw that tank.
Sure.
Screw that tank. That tank can be filled tomorrow. This is more important. Go support my friends in the community.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tornado in Westmont sounds like a inspiration for brewing. Maybe. Okay.
maybe a beer.
Or
name.
Tornado in Woodridge, more specifically.
We know you can't type. You can't speak either. I mean,
I'm on board with that, Sean. I think I like where you're going there.
Toy. That could be the name of your hazy.
Yeah. What's more appropriate timing for that?
It's kind of funny because speaking of like we're talking about this, I had a few. I had a couple of funny moments the other day, or a couple weeks ago, like after Hiccup Brew Day, just being all frustrated. Like go home, I just close my laptop. I don't even shut it down or anything. I go open up the next morning to go for a second brew day. I'm like, shit, I've been boiling for like 19 fucking hours. The hell happened here? That's a long brew day right there.
Holy shit. Oh, on the timer?
Yeah, because I forgot to reset it.
Yeah, I've done that before. Yeah.
And you come back to it, you're like, man, thank God I haven't brewed that long.
Imagine Beersmith doing a calculation on that. Okay. All right. This was your starting gravity. Okay, you boiled for 19 hours. Okay, here's going to be your gravity after that.
And you have a total of like a half a gallon of wort.
It's true. At some point, you would get down to next to nothing.
I mean, you could fucking water that down and still come up with a 6% beer after that.
Yeah, you could.
No starter needed.
Speaking of that, I'm getting images back to that beer that Sam Adams makes, Utopia.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that on a future show because I think I would have to imagine that a very, very long boil has to be part of that.
I'm sure there's got to be. I do know somebody that found a Bourbon County clone somewhere in the interweb, and they said it was a 3 to 3.5 hour boil.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
For Bourbon County?
Yeah, well, he was only doing a 3-gallon batch. And,
for a clone. Oh.
Yeah, it was a clone.
Okay.
And it was a guy that we both know. So you might be able to ask him next time you stop in the store.
Okay.
It was Mike that did it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Mike did one a few years ago. So I don't know if I ever told you. I'm sure I've said this story, but so it was I don't know 3 or 4 years ago. It was like we picked up a job where we were literally working 10s every day of the week, and all of a sudden I was like, hey guys, like I have this other job I have to go to. I'm not just going to take the day off. So I'd go there. I mean, and they understood. He respected it, but it was Black Friday. It was the Saturday after Bourbon County Day, release day, and for some reason he made a like because that was when we had the samples going. We decided the week before, like, all right, I'll bring a couple Bourbon Counties. I had a few from years past. He had a couple, and then he had that one clone. Well, that being said, he had a sparkling Moscato, and that day Brewer Grow closed at 5,
Okay.
and we didn't leave Brewer Grow till 9:30.
Wow. Okay.
Drinking Bourbon Counties and Moscato. So, if you want to hear the rest of the story, next time you stop at the world famous Brewer Grow, ask Mike about the Bourbon County Day between him.
About the Bourbon County Day?
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna remember.
Honestly, like, I love this story so much. I'm so bad. I'm so sad I wasn't a part of it.
I mean,
close down Brew and Grow at 5 o'clock just to leave there at 9:30. That's amazing.
Well, you want to know what's even funnier? I left my truck running to warm up.
Shut up.
Yeah.
So you ran out of gas?
No.
You didn't? How?
It was idling.
Okay.
I had a full tank.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Well, you must have burned up a pretty good portion of that tank, then.
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't burn a lot when you're idling. You burn more on acceleration and startup.
No, I get that. But you're still burning fuel when it's idling.
But the funny thing is somehow, I don't know what happened, but somehow Mike fucked up the back door lock. And we had to jerry rig it to get it locked. And then he had to go rob pieces from another door to get it to work. Yeah, you got to ask Mike this story. I'm sure he'll tell. It was pure joy and humor all at once.
Yes.
And then I hated my life the next day at work, trying to work construction on a wine hangover.
Oh no. Oh no good.
And we all wonder why I'm glad I retired from the trades.
Yeah.
We all know why I'm glad I retired from the trades. What I do now for a living is much more fun,
Yes.
much more rewarding.
All right.
Paulie's After Hour podcast. Yeah, those are called the JBG meetings, Sean.
Mad Hatchet is a sponsor of the Paulie After Hours podcast. All right. You know what? I think that's got some wheels on it. We should plan some kind of special event where it's just strictly an after hours podcast.
Oh God,
and it's all just stories.
Yeah,
between the three of us.
Oh yeah, just stories of stuff that's good.
All right. Let's kick this around. And Sean, I would love for you to be a part of this in some way.
We're going to do it. We have to do it at Mad Hatchet.
Okay. All right. I'm in.
I mean, I'll bring my. Yeah. We can each.
I have equipment that can travel. That can be done.
All right. Yeah, maybe this will be an audio one. We won't do a webcast. It'll be one of the audio ones.
Sure.
Bottle share podcast. Yes, that too.
Okay. Yeah, bottle share. Sure. All right. Let's. All right. The idea is out there now. So let's play around with it.
Yes. Let's do
that.
Right.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning into the webcast. We will be back here Thursday, July 1st. Yes, July 1st is only a week away. I know. Years flying by. 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you cannot wait until next week to listen to more of us, you can check out our YouTube page for all of our past episodes in video form. We've been doing shows for over a year, so there's quite a library. Check us out there, and don't forget to subscribe. We have an audio podcast under the same name, A Nice Place to Brew, that's on the podcasting platforms. Our website is www.aniceplacetobrew.com, and you can find us on social media at A Nice Place to Brew and Nice Place to Brew. We will be back here on Thursday, July 1st. Hope everybody has a great weekend. And before we send it off, we raise a glass one last time, and we say, Paulie, send us out.
Takes a lot of good beer to make great beer, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.